Okay, sooner than I thought. I'm in my room. I have a sneaky feeling, well, she did, people. She got in here, too. Because she moved things. Just, I told you, there's a box of jars here. Been moved. Because she was probably using this thing as, I don't know. And now I'm getting strange freaking emails from brown people asking me if it's my channel. I didn't answer it. It said maybe it might be spam, but it just seems kind of convenient, right? Considering who came to the door driving a quote-unquote Uber. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just wondering how she did this so fast all by herself. Now there's a box here I'm going to show you. Okay, something that I wouldn't do. Okay, I would not do this. If anything, those jars, yeah, these jars here, if anything, unless she was going to take the box, maybe she was going to take the box. I would think it would fit in this box. Because this box is empty, but there's nothing written on it. Okay? It's important that you write things on your stuff. And I gotta be careful I don't lose. If you notice, I was writing, right? But I changed a couple of things in here. You know. So, but I basically know what's in here because I just did it within the last month and a half. Okay? And I don't know, like, I'm going to show you a couple of things, but before I show you that, I want to show you this. It's so dark. Okay. Those jars that I'm going to show you were probably in this. Because I would not have done this. This is the first thing. Okay? I told you, I left my jars. Do you see how they're covered up? Do you see how they're covered up? I'm putting things right. Do you see how they're covered up? Okay? Do you see how they're covered up? Right? Those ones, I guess I did like that. Okay, but these, do you see anything on them? Look at the box that they're in. This box is very big. I would not do this. She got this box. She did something. Okay, she did something else. I don't know. Maybe there was something in this box. I don't know. I won't know until... I just don't know. And then this. Do you see this? Do you... Okay, do you see this? I would not have done that. You know why I would not have done that? I'll tell you why I wouldn't have done that. Because the box that miscellaneous crap is on, I would have used it for a thing of jars. See, stuff like this, I might just... where are we? There's just a little bit of rice in there. Right? I might just donate. Okay? I'm thinking about it. Alright, and the other thing I want to show you before I get too far in here. Do you see this? I wouldn't have done that. Do you see this gaping fucking hole here? I wouldn't have done that. But I definitely wouldn't have done this. You know why? Because I had them over here. But she moved everything around and they were all fucking moved around. I went in there. I took out what was in there. Okay? Because what was in there was in Mylar bags. Chickpeas, that kind of stuff. And so I took them out. I used to have oil in there. But one started to leak, so I ended up taking out the oil. And then I had Mylar bags with chickpeas and that kind of stuff. So I put them in there. But just in light of what's going on with maybe what just chewing through the walls, I decided to take it out, right? I have to buy a bucket or a bin or something, right? But yeah, no, first of all, I would not have done that. So with that, There was probably some kind of a box or something in here. Something's missing, people. How she did this so fast on her own, I mean, it didn't feel any longer than maybe 20 minutes. But I suppose if you're working fast, you know what you're looking for, and you go for the good goods, then I suppose you could get a lot done. You see how I have to, spread my legs and stuff, right? And this is why when she was done, she just kind of threw everything back. It got all fucking mixed up. And why those jars are in the box, I don't know. Why that rice was over there, I don't know, because it belongs over here. She was trying to cover up. I told you, I have not found any boxes, little smaller boxes with the ham. I think the Spam was over here. The original Spam, right? I think that box is gone. Sure, something's gone. No. Double jarring. So before I get too far, we want to look in this box. I didn't put these things there, people. No. I would have had jars there. But obviously she wanted to get into the box. She was going from box to box, however, whatever box she could get her grubby little hands on. Right? What is that? Don't tell me that's canned food. No, that's dry goods. That's okay. No, I would not do this. I would not fucking do this. I wouldn't do this. All my jars were covered up. We're going to open up this box. What is this box? Okay, it's a small box. No, let's see. Okay, in this box is black beans in sardines. Because it's high in, looks like maybe some are missing. Yeah, some are missing. A whole fucking row. 4 of them are missing. 4 of them are fucking missing. Because she took out 4, okay? And then she closed the lid and she just picked up random shit off the fucking floor. These should be handy. Real close by. I left some out. Anyway, she took 4. Because if I... Oh yeah. She took fucking 4. Where's the camera? That's what I mean. I'm afraid to open my shit. Okay? Do you see? Or maybe she took more than 4. Yeah, she took more than 4. Because this box would have been full. Let's see if it's the right label on there. Now I want you to see. Let's see if we can go like this. Okay? Alright, let's close the lid. Alright, put that on top. Close the lid. How does this work? See? Alright, so if I leave it like that, it closes nice. Okay? But technically, I would fill this box up full. Do they have tape on it? It's got some kind of tape on it. Okay? See the tape? Right? There was a knife in here. Okay? Point is you can have 4 more in here. The sardines with black beans for the calories. Okay? That's what that's for. I say there's 4 missing from there. Because I'd want a full box. It's not quite a full box. Alright. That's where the rice was. I wouldn't do that. That's where the Spam was. In a box. I don't see it. Okay. If she wasn't walking off with a whole box, she was rifling 2 boxes. She had this thing. Where is it? Oh, this is this thing. Like I said, you want to grab, you want to pull, easy. You know why? Look. I just pulled a bag. Look where I'm standing, okay? Where am I? There's the camera. Watch what I'm going to do. I see a bag there. Oh, wow, it fell down. Isn't that interesting? I wonder what's in it. What else can we pull down? I'd like to know. Right? Like, what the fuck, man? There's a big gaping hole in here, too. She took shit from here, too, people. I'm telling you. You know what she took? If it's not in the bedroom, but there's a big gaping freaking hole in here too. Like I said. You know when you do petty point, these things. Now I may have taken them out and put them in the bedroom because I planned on getting up here and doing shit and taking stuff out and, right, you know, folding up on my life. But not like this. Yeah, everything just falling out. Do you see that? Because it was rifled in here, that's why. It had been rifled through. I'm standing on this. You don't think she can't fucking grab this shit? Fucking right she can grab this shit. Yeah, interfacing. Big ass freaking hole here. Like a real big ass fucking hole. Big hole in the back. It's a big hole in the back, people. I'm just wondering if she did this by herself or if somebody came and helped her. You know, maybe she called somebody or something and they came and helped her because this is too much. Okay, there's that interfacing, right? This is too much. There's a big gaping fucking hole in the back. Further to the back was fabric. That's what was back there, people. And then, of course, we had the shelf. Right? We had the fucking shelf. Okay? So if I can stand on that, she can stand on that. Alright? I'm going to show you this hole that's back here. Look at that hole back there. Let me change the light on it. Do you see that big ass freaking hole? Like, that's messed up. She took her long ass fucking arms and she pulled it out. But what did she do? Did she hand it to somebody? Do you see this bag of fabric here? Okay, you can see it, right? There's nothing here, people. It's a big gaping fucking hole. She grabbed a whole bloody bag of fabric. Like, this girl is fucking sick, man. I'm telling you. I know it's my... Tisha, well, why did you let her in the house? Well, I don't know. Maybe I thought I could trust her. Okay. Let's see. Maybe she didn't get that far back. What do you think? I see silver sequins. Maybe she wanted to get back there. How am I supposed to know? But there's a big gaping hole right here. Oops. I dropped my camera down there. Oh yeah, big fucking empty hole. I could stick my hand all the way down here, people. Is this camera still recording? She just went and stuck her hand in there and pulled it fucking out. I'm sorry, boo-boo, out. Like, this is disgusting. Like, this is more than disgusting. Is this thing still recording? Like, this is more than disgusting, people. Look, I can stick my fucking hand down there. I'm gonna put the camera like this. Look, all the way down. She couldn't take that though, but she took what was right in here. Well, fucking bitch, man. I'm telling you, she needs to go to jail. But it's like Shelley said, even if she went to jail, it wouldn't change anything. Once a thief, always a thief. Yeah, once a thief, always a thief. You can give her therapy, you can give her fucking counseling. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I clicked it out. Okay? This, I'm suspicious about this. Okay? That does not belong up there. That foamy shit. So I mean, I have to get up here and I have to go look for my black flax sequins. That there speaks for itself. She grabbed what she could. And then what? Did she just toss it down? Is that it? Sorry. Oh, here we go. Is that what she did? She just grabbed it and tossed it over the edge as it was falling all over the place, and then she tried to put this shit back, and that's how that, what is that stuff called? Interface ended up being the way it was? Oh, oh my God, this is pathetic. This is so fucking pathetic. And Tisha wants to stay friends with her. Yeah. Yeah. What's going on? Is this even working? Okay. What I need to do is get up in there. But because I put everything away for long term, for the most part, back there, I just made my food jars available. Right? Is this camera red? Something happened. Yeah, hold on a minute. Okay, this flashlight, it has like an emergency thing, which is kind of like an emergency right now. Only, I think I must have touched something, or I don't know, because I see red. And I'm wondering if it's like partly on or something. Andre knows how to make it work. I don't know. But this is bad, people. Like, I don't know how she could have possibly done this all by herself. Here we go. Maybe that's it. I don't know how she could have done this all by herself without any help. Outside of whatever it took to load it up in a van and drive off with it, right? Okay. So in here, you know, it looks like... Now, I've been leaving my door open, so maybe the cats have been in here, okay? Right? Because if you look in here, see this, like I told you, I left my room in a very dormant state. Do you see how these, anything that's covered up with fabric is supposed to, okay, do you see what's going on here? I like to keep my shit even Steven, but, and if you notice, there's no cloth on that, and it doesn't even look like a full freaking case of jars, which it should be, being considering where it's at. If I stick my hand in there, hell no. Hell no, there's room for one jar. Now those boxes are taped up, and they're heavy, so it would be very hard for her to dig with those ones. But I suppose if she wanted to, you know, just because, you know, she's fucking tweaking or whatever the hell she was doing. There's a couple of things in here that, you know, I need for Amari. Like, you know, like, right? For Amari, right? You know? And I don't know. No. Where's this camera? If I can crawl in here, she nimble. Yeah. And she quick. I'm sure she could crawl in here. But, yeah, you see, here's Amari's plums. I made it so that it was easy, so that if I had to get it, after I ran out what was on the floor, right? Okay, that's me. Do you see? Those plums I buy from Walmart for Amari. And I think there's peanut butter in there as well. Yeah, there's peanut butter in there, and there's plums. And then whatever is else underneath there, I don't need it right away. So that's why I kind of packed it like this, right? But it's just, some of this stuff is like grains, whether it's rice or quinoa or whatever, and being that there's something chewing in the walls, you know, this stuff isn't in buckets. They're not in, like they're in Mylar bags, in boxes, because I've been in this house for 14 years and I've never had a rodent problem. But with them chewing in the walls, or at least something chewing in the wall, you know, now I'm a little concerned about leaving these in here for any length of time, because they're in Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, and then cardboard boxes. So I didn't have to take them downstairs. Now this one here has a cover on it. Is it full? It appears to be. I have it written there. It says pork and beef. That one over there is fruit for Amari with no cover on it. Here's another one here. It should have something written on it. This makes me very upset. Chili, sauce, chicken. Now you see something like this, you almost want to take the box off of this, because that's how fucking shady this girl was. She was taking shit off of boxes to one degree or another, switching things around. I don't see my spam here, people. And when I was doing this stuff, I had the box. The box was here. I seen the box. I was going to do something else with the box. Now it still may be here. Maybe I'll... Oh, you know what? She didn't find it. She didn't find it. Yay. Okay? I'm not about trying to accuse somebody of something. Where am I? Oh my God, I can't see crap. Oh, maybe because my screen looks like it's upside down. Maybe that will help. Right? Not trying to accuse anybody of anything here. Okay? But do I honestly need to be hunting around for this shit? Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Wait, no, that's... No, hold on. Hold on. But you know, you gotta be careful though, because maybe not take the whole box, but take out something from the box. Yeah, maybe. Maybe take out something from the box. What does the box say? Well, how about we just take this box out and make it available to eat or something. And maybe I'll put the new stuff in there. And I'll put it back there, right? I'll take the old stuff out, put it someplace else so that Andre can use that barbecue sauce with the Spam and make everybody dinner, including Marcane and Marina, you know, on his cook night downstairs. Okay, so being that that box is already there, because if I had to say something's missing, maybe because I could put 2 more in there on top, but I don't remember it like that, but it doesn't close properly. You know, and I need to see what's written on it. What does it say? Does it have something written on it? Oh my God, just take the bloody thing out, man. Repack it. Yeah. Those other jars that are in that other box that it has no reason to be in that box, I don't know. I don't know what she did. But she definitely got up on top. Big gaping hole in there, like I said. Okay. Is there something written down here? Why is there nothing written on here? Isn't that interesting? So if you ever do stuff like this, you make sure you write on the box what's on it, what's in it, the date, and you do it in big black felt pen. And if you can, it gets obnoxious doing this. Where's my paper? If you can do this, do that too. Well, something's missing. So maybe she switched box around. Maybe she went for the salmon instead, because there's a big gaping fucking hole in here. And I wouldn't do that because I pack my boxes tight, people. You see, that's the thing. But why wouldn't she walk off with the Spam? Unless I had 2 on top. Like that. If I had, maybe she just took 2 from the top because, right? Anyway, I'm taking that out and I'm going to put those somewhere else. And then I'm going to repack that box with something else. Yeah. No. I can't. Well, we'll just continue to feel around down here. Now I had little bolts of fabric in here too. It seems kind of a little loose if you ask me. Where maybe I had it a lot more tighter than that. If you notice, oh yeah, she took something from here too, people. A big fucking gaping hole in here too. I had fur, right? Because I wanted to make moccasins and shit. How much of it did she take? Okay? Because she was going for the good stuff. Okay? You know? She couldn't grab everything she wanted. Clearly not. But there definitely is fabric missing here. I can show you just by... Where's the camera? Right here. Where's the flashlight? Let's put the flashlight like this so you can see for yourself that I'm not fucking lying here. And she put the rice in this corner because she was trying to hide whatever. And this would not have been over there because I was removing stuff from here. So there was a box here on top of this that she took out, and that's why she put that rice container there, because she walked off with something else. Yeah. This is old, from 2011, 2012. I wouldn't put it there. Now she stole something from here, I'm sure. Because look, I can stick my hands right in there. It was a bolt of fabric or something. And plus she stuck that little thing back that I showed you to pull shit off of the, and you could see how easy it was for me to get up, right? I just stood on that, and you could see I was almost right in there. And being that she's over a foot tall, I'm 5'1", she's 5'9", okay? So 8 inches more than me, with long ass arms, okay? Yeah, I'm telling you, whatever that poofy shit is up there against the wall doesn't belong there. Hell no. It should be fabric all the way up in bolts. Right along with there should be fabric in here in bolts. This would have been standing up with a bolt of fabric in here. So she took a bolt of fabric from here as well. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Maybe she even took some fur. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm just now I'm going to just miscellaneously put away some things that need to be put away where I'm putting them so that I can continue getting in there eventually, pulling out boxes of food, jars, so I can look inside those boxes for the simple fact of what she did with that box. This one. And in terms of grabbing the fabric up there, I'll still show you what I think she used. But mind you, that little stick that I just had would have sufficed, because you've seen me use it to start grabbing shit, right? So if she wanted to get that, because this was here, and I don't even know why it was there, but it was. I don't ever remember seeing it, so maybe she got it from the hall, or because she did go into the playroom, maybe she grabbed it from the playroom because she knew what she was going to do. Because if you notice, it kind of looks like it's got a hook, and the first time I used it to pull something down, it worked. So she can stand on what I just did, take this, grab that pleather and flat black sequins, flat sequins, bolts of fabric that should be up there, which I don't think they're up there anymore. And if it's not them, it's something else that's not up there anymore. And she just caught the plastic where it was tied, and then, or poked it, and then pulled it, grabbed it, eased it out. But it's almost like somebody was here taking it out as she was doing it, if you wanted to be really fast about it. Or she got what she wanted, she piled it up, and then she went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to get out as much as she could within a 20-minute period at least. Where for me it maybe felt like 15 minutes waiting for her to come back inside from outside being on the phone to have a cup of tea or a coffee or some water, and then, you know, let me know what she wanted to maybe approach in terms of like what day, how, right, we're going to work outside, we're going to work in the, you know, where were we going to work the next time she came over. But no, she was in here. And I just with the very fact with that guy canceling that van, but then still staying and still took the stuff. And now I'm getting weird emails asking me if it's my channel. I don't know. What do you think? Of course it's my channel. So the only, and yeah, so I can't really look at these jars, because you know I'm looking for my chocolate chips, right? So I'm going to show you, and I asked Andre to make me a coffee. Now I don't remember this box all mixed up like this, and plus it's broken. It's broken. And you see, here's another thing. It's fucking broken. I wouldn't do this, people, okay? Do you see how it's broken? Look. Because it's been under stress. Alright? Clearly it had jars in it. And this is this size. This is this size. This box is for these size jars. Okay? I told you there's missing here. It was probably in her way because she was going as far as she could go. That does not belong there. And it's a mixed match of whatever. Like, that's not even fucking home canning. Like, it's just mixed match. Like, it's stupid. It's so stupid. And there's like, some of these things are like doubled up now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did this, but is everything in this jar box? This is that should be canned duck. There should be canned duck in there. Did she steal the duck too? But I wanna see these jars. Oh my God, I tell you. I hate to see it when the economy gets really bad. If people are resorting to this, but this is not out of necessity. She didn't do this because she needed it, people. She did it because she could. And she's a thief. Right? And she gets off on it. She got excited with it. Right? It made her feel like she was in control of shit. So I might have a lot of jars popped because of this crap. Okay? Let's see. Mixed beans. So I wanted to get to it, right? Sushi rice. Okay? These are potato french fries. Shoestrings. Remember I did that video with them frozen? Right? Mixed corn. I don't see the chocolate yet. Nope. Mixed sweet peas. And I don't see the maple sugar yet either. What's this? Quinoa. And then we have another one behind there. Which, I don't know, people. I don't know about this. I should have big boxes of, see? Yeah. Another box that's ripped. Another box that's ripped. I don't put my boxes in ripped. Do you see this? I don't do that, people. That's because she yanked it. She was rushing. And it split. Yeah. Because I'm looking for something else in here that's not here. In terms of like how the hell did she find the fucking time to do this? Don't tell me I packed my fucking box like that with this shit up on top with the fucking okay, do you see how this is ripped? Okay? Why? Because she pulled it out. She moved this, okay? And look what's missing here, people. A fucking hole. Do you see that? Would I honestly do that? Put a broken fucking box up there to cover it up? And I feel like there's something underneath you're missing. Okay? Let me see. Like, what the hell? How long was I... Did I get knocked out or something? Like, how is it possible for her to do this shit as fast as she did it, people? I feel like there's a big ass box. Okay? Like I have to pull out everything. Literally. Start from fucking fresh here. How far deep did she get in here? She definitely took a fucking jar out of that box. I need it to be balanced in weight. Did she have somebody standing here holding shit as she was taking, she handed it to them, and then she took what she put back, and then they gave it back, and then she fucking gave them what they want, and they fucking ran out the door as she went for the next fucking shit? Because that's how it kind of feels like it happened to me. Because, right, you can only do so much in 20 minutes, people. Like, seriously, man. Look at this.
I fed him more yogurt, okay?
Perfect. Will you come here and look at this? I'm telling you, under no circumstances can you ever... Yeah, look at this. Look, she moved this, okay? And she took a fucking jar out of that box on her. Did you do that?
How am I supposed to get to a box?
Exactly. How is he supposed to get to it, people? Okay, can you make me my coffee? I need a fucking break here. And I don't mean to get mad at you.
Okay.
Sunright raisins. Oh, you know what? There's a Sunright raisins down there. Go get me that jar right now. Maybe that's what it was. She took the fucking jar out. It's right there on the floor. Okay? And I'm like, Sunright raisins, why do I have that on my floor? I don't need that on my floor. Yes. I'm looking for my fucking chocolate. Yeah, here, give me that. Does it say Sunright raisins on it? No. Sunright raisins. It's a big jar like that. Sunright raisins. It's there. I seen it. I read it. And I'm like, well, why is that there? Because she tried to hide the fact that she took the fucking chocolate. That's why. Come on, it's over there somewhere.
It's not over here. Did you move it?
I've been moving shit. Be careful, because there's...
Yeah, I don't see it.
Look behind the clothes there. There's something else there, but it's not Sunright raisins. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go find it because we don't need Sunright raisins at this point. That's not something that we need right now because I've got other raisins around. Sweet potatoes. But I feel like something else is missing here. Organic soybeans. Because I had these longer boxes with the Mylar bags with stuff in them. And they're not here. So I almost feel like that came up and she took off with the whole big fucking box. Put that back. But then maybe not because, first of all, I didn't want to put too much weight on the bed. So I never, right? And then I just settled to put the jars. So that, you know, Andre and I, we need to start using it. Right? And because everything's so well preserved, you know, McCain's French fries, I want to get on with it. There's some corn, right? Did she open the stupid jars yet, maybe? I better double check the fucking lids here. Yeah. Okay, so I seen raisins over there. So that's probably where she got it from. Because I don't ever remember leaving raisins on my floor. Because I've got raisins elsewhere that I don't need those raisins. I would have left them here. I sure in the hell wouldn't have left it. So maybe she forgot them. Or she ran out of time. But she had enough time to rip the box, move it, as she's trashing shit around here, digging deeper and deeper, doing what she did on top. Yeah. And maybe now she's got her goons fucking starting to stalk me on my email for all we know because, like I said, it feels like a smash and grab. Or a home invasion that was non-violent, or I got looted. And when people start doing that in that kind of manner, in that kind of way, it requires more usually than one person, right? That's why they call it a smash and grab, because it's normally a group of people that come in and do it. Same thing with a home invasion. One guy doesn't necessarily come in and home invade. Yeah, it happens, but usually it comes in twos and threes. Or when people loot, you know, everybody's looting. The bad people, that is. The ones that get caught up with that mob mentality, right? Like, it's almost like she did this with vindictiveness. And this reminds me of the way Sierra would have maybe approached some, like Sierra would open something up, take something out, maybe move things around, or put something in front to hide what she took. And then I would discover later through, you know, telepathic, oh my God, I think she ripped off the back of my wall unit and got into my beads, even though I put a lock on the front, because I had a feeling she was going to do it, and she did it anyway. And then when I walked by the wall unit, I could tell it had been ripped off and the nails had been put back on. And when I opened it up, it was a big gaping fucking hole. This is something Sierra would have done. Okay, so this is, now she either did this to make me think that my chocolate was still on the floor here, because it should be, but I haven't found it yet. And I haven't found the baker's chocolate, but I did buy more. So I'm okay with baker's chocolate. I'm trying really, really hard to refrain from chocolate chips because, you know, I had big dreams for Andre. Even Amari, because Amari could eat chocolate chip cookies and cake, and because I don't buy chocolate. Andre wants me to buy chocolate bars. I'm like, no, Andre. It's just a matter of time. Nana's almost done. Getting real close to the end of doing what I've been doing all these years. We're going to start making chocolate chip cookies. Just wait. I'm not buying chocolate bars. And I refuse to buy chocolate bars. Once a year, I'd buy chocolate bars. And I can't find my chocolate chips. And I can't find my baker's chocolate. But I do happen to find, isn't this interesting? I found this on the floor, which I would not have done, people, because it's not something that I'd need right now. Because before I'd use these ones, I've got old ones in the kitchen that should be actually used up first. This would have been where I just showed you. Now, what's the date on this? August of 2024. I wonder what the date is on those other ones. Because that gaping hole, that's where this came from. So this is the kind of stuff she was stealing. Okay? Only she ran out of time. Or she got distracted with better and, well, yeah, she got up into my fabric. She chose the fabric before she chose the raisins. Although she went for the raisins at first. And as she went in as far as she could go, and once she couldn't do that anymore, she thought she had a little extra time to start scounging around up on top as she's busting up my freaking canning boxes. Yeah, and emptying out my canning boxes so that she could, I guess, load up with other shit because she was picking and choosing like it was a freaking grocery store. Like, this is pathetic. Completely fucking pathetic. And you know what? I want to know what the other jar is and compare it to date. So why don't we just go back, and then I'm going to go have a coffee, okay? Because this is, oh. And you know what? She brought a fucking knife in here. Do you see the edge on this knife? Now, I do cut cardboard and shit, but this knife is extremely sharp. So I don't know if I brought this knife in here to cut cardboard because I lay cardboard in between shit. I just sliced my finger. Oh, it doesn't... I pushed a lot of pressure on it. It seems to have slowed down a little bit. Right? Because, okay? So I moved the jar a little bit around there just to balance it out. So, and then I put a box like this, of cardboard on top of it. And then my box, but, oh yeah, see, look, I really sliced myself good, because it's a knife that I wouldn't normally use. It's extremely sharp. It didn't even cut the cardboard very good. No, because of the type of edging on it. It's not an edging that, where am I? It's not an edging that I would use. I'm wondering if she got this from the kitchen and brought it in here so that she could slice open boxes as she was going. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she's shady that way. You gotta open it up. Like I said, there's that spam. Right? That box should be not the way it was. I think there was 2 on top, and I think she took the 2. Now, I did bring in some scissors here, but of course I lost them because, you know, everything's a big mess. Getting messier and messier as I'm having to navigate through this nonsense. So basically what I'm going to do now, though, because I don't got all day to And this is going to require taking some stuff out, putting it somewhere else, like in the hall or something, to get further. I just wanted to get a general idea. And I thought I brought some scissors in here, but I don't see them. They could be in the hall. I just wanted to get a general idea of what was left, and to what degree she did shit. Right? Now, I'm trying to think about that rice container. I'm wondering if maybe I did that. Maybe I did. But why would I do that? Maybe I didn't have enough room on the floor, because I already had rice. But when I got here, it was all been moved around. So, to be fair, that is. Okay? But I sure in the hell wouldn't have done that. And I'm looking for particular boxes that I don't see, that was full of either rice, sushi rice, or grains. Unless they're further to the back. But I don't think so, because it's the same size as these boxes. Unless I moved them. So, that's what I mean. I have to pull everything out to be double sure. Because what happened was, I did, and then because I couldn't take anything downstairs, and I was pulling out fabric, then I kind of redid. And I put it on my mind, because who would have thought this would have happened? Right? It's the same size box that the jars are in, only it has grains. And I already got 2 levels of them, which means 1 box is missing. Yeah, because these are flush to flush. Yeah. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't walk off with a full fucking box of food. That was all taped up and everything and ready to go, in terms of Mylar bags and everything. Yeah. I don't know. I won't know until I get in here and pull out more stuff. And next time I come in here, I'll make sure all this is all put away, out, whatever. And then I'll do the big haul. And maybe my son will help me take some of it downstairs or something yet. After, we'll see. It's hard to say, because it was fine here at this point. But the box I'm looking for, I don't see it here. And it should have, but maybe I pushed it further to the back. That could be it. I could maybe pushed it because it would have something covered over it. Yeah, I think that's what I did. I decided to push it further to the back because it's long term. And then I kept these handy and easy to get to, so that Andre and I can cook, since I worked so hard to have it, right? And then I just put boxes on it just to keep, like these. But clearly the balls of this chick, man. You gotta have a lot of fucking balls to do stupid shit like this. Okay, so if anything, like, I don't expect anything to come from this. Now, I did phone Tisha's phone number 2 times today, but remember, she told me she's not talking to me no more. Because I won't take down a video where I was talking about Ria's kids being dysfunctional. Okay? I'm just saying. And how she's a lousy fucking mom when she's got to go around stealing other people's food to feed them, as well as their personal belongings in terms of clothing and fabric. Like, seriously, it was a smash and grab, and that's just a fact. And why Tisha would side with that, I'll never know. If Ria went into Tisha's house and stole $2,000 to $3,000 worth of shit, Tisha would be livid. She'd be completely livid. So why she's staying quiet on it, I don't know. I'm wondering if they're lovers. Maybe they're lovers. They could be lovers, you know. Just nobody knows about it, right? People have secret affairs. So anyway, I phoned her 2 times because I gotta take out Mari and I have to walk. And I've got the old red stroller and it doesn't fold up. So, you know, if I want to maybe take a taxi, it's better if I have one that folds up. And I can take a taxi to where I need to go And then if I want to take a taxi back, I can, just a normal one. Otherwise, I have to get those vans and pay the extra $15. So I end up paying like $25, $30 to get home, where it should be like $8 or $9. Because the stroller I do have doesn't fold up. And she gave it to me, but then she took Amari to his last appointment, so she took it back, and she said, you know, if you need it, just call me. And I need to get out of the house in the next little while, but she ain't answering the phone, so that tells me that she's siding with Rhea. I was like, whatever. You'll learn. Look how many years it took for me to get robbed by this girl. Right? Unless Tisha's involved with it, but I don't think so. She's got better things to do. Right? She's not on welfare, going to the food bank, and fucking flying all over the world, pawning her kids off on people for cheap, so that she can, I don't know, be up in somebody else's face, plotting and scheming how she's going to rob them once they get comfortable with her. But honestly, people, like, I'm thinking about those raisins, like, I don't know why those raisins are there, because that was 2024. Those raisins technically should be in their own box of 4. Yeah. Because that's only 2. And when I did the raisin run, it said August of 2024. All I have to do is get into my videos from August of 2024. And I bought a lot of freaking raisins, okay? I bought them from Organic Matters. I bought them from, well, I bought them twice because one time Canadian Superstore had them on sale. Sunripe. And they don't put sunflower oil in their raisins, Sunripe. And I like that. I don't like raisins with sunflower oil. And I have a box with raisins with sunflower oil in them. So I know there's a box of raisins. I buy four gallon jars. They come in one box, and right? I fill up, put in a box. I label on the box what it is, and then okay. So I should have a box with 4 jars in it, with raisins in it, and maybe 1 jar of something else. Like, I don't know, I'm just kind of suspicious about those 2 jars being there like that. So now I'm on a raisin hunt for the box that has 4 jars in it, which should have more raisins, because I bought more raisins than that. And that's why when she came out here, she was trying to, she's getting ready to leave, and she asked me, like when we were just right there, ready to go. She was guarding the shit, people. She wouldn't let me pass her to go down to the front door. She stood in front of me, in front of the doorway between my kitchen and the hall, and blocking me from going past her, asking me questions if I continuously buy. And I said, well, no, once I get to a point where I feel satisfied with something, I don't buy. Once in a blue moon over the years, I've done that, like I did it with the amaranth, because, I wanted to have the amaranth real. It's still sitting in the box by the fridge there. I have to jar it up, but I'm busy right now. And I found a box with amaranth in it now, but I'm going to open up that. If that box has been opened up after I move the jars, I'm going to pull out each and every fucking jar. And if another jar is missing from inside that box, like, this is stupid shit, right? So yeah, I'd have a box of 4 1-size gallon jars in the original box that they came in, with raisins, more raisins. But I don't remember putting those raisins there, because I don't need raisins. I would use these raisins first. Or maybe I left them out. I don't know. All I know is this is really freaky deaky shit. Freaky deaky shit. And Sierra was the same way, but not like so to be ravaging. This is like a like ravaging. Like a zombie movie where people just start eating people and they're like savages just ravaging on somebody's body. I feel like that's what I mean. Like it was the smash and grab, it was looting. It was like fucking home invasion, right? Ravaging. It was ravaging through my shit. Like in the middle of my bed is this gaping fucking hole. You seen the camera fall, right? Whoomp. I had to stick my hand in there all the way down. Fuck. She told me she took the shit up on top and she put that thing there to cover it up to make it look like nothing had been, because she thinks all you can't see is she tested my eyesight before she even left the fucking house, man. She put a can of freaking Lysol spray on top of my jars. Or no, it wasn't Lysol. It was Febreze, a container of Febreze. And I was standing there by my door saying, we're done. And she's standing there right in front of the fucking door. And I'm like, no, close the door. We're done. Come on, let's go. We're done. Oh, but let me help you. I want to put more stuff in there. I said, no, I don't need it. I have to balance the shit out. I have to take stuff out. I got to organize it properly. We're done. That's going to take me a few days to do, right? Oh, and then I noticed that Febreze there. And I'm like, where did you get this? Where did this come from? She goes, up there. I said, up there? She goes, you didn't see that? I'm like, no, I didn't see it. I didn't know it was there. I couldn't see it. She was testing to see how well my eyesight is. Yeah, as a reference for the future. Because she'd already, well, no, she hadn't pillaged my room yet. She hadn't pillaged my room yet. That's when we just finished putting in those 2 boxes. I came in here, I sat down, she fucked off. I'm waiting for my coffee. Eventually I went to go look for her. Didn't see her, came back, drank my coffee, whatever, and then she shows up. So it could have been a half an hour for all I know, people, because I'm tired. She did a lot. You gotta be fucking brazen to do the shit that she did, man. And I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, she couldn't get through everything that was there, right? And I may have put that rice container there just because there was no room on the floor, but after she got in there, all the rice containers were all moved around, so I'm suspicious. Because I'm going deep into my memory here, because it was just not even 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, I did all that. And then before I did the crab, I almost had everything in there and was almost done. And then I seen PC points on crab, and I thought, yeah, just why not, right? The grand finale, you know what I'm saying? Shrimp, just the grand finale. I was satisfied, didn't need no more sockeye. Apparently I bought some in March, so, I put those ones in where it's convenient for me to get to. Plus, I've got some in the older cupboards in here I have to get to. But other than that, I felt satisfied. But I don't even know what's in there anymore. I don't know how deep she got in there. I'm looking for something that I don't even know if it's there. I think I took the boxes that I'm looking for, I pushed very far to the back. And then I stacked them up because there's something that you don't need, right? Like the sushi rice, the jasmine rice, those kind of things in Mylar bags in the box. Initially I had them in the front, but then I pulled out. Initially I had them, why I'm confused is because initially I had them in the front, and then behind them I had fabric. And then I got motivated and I said, fuck it, I'm taking out the fabric. So I came in from the side and crawled through the back and pulled everything out from the back. And once I got everything out and out of the bedroom, then I pushed those boxes back and then I put things on top, right? And then as I was coming this way, I made it lighter and had it like low so that, it would be easy to get to those jars. If I wanted French fries or dehydrated corn or peas or whatever. It wasn't a playground. I didn't create a playground. I created a food pantry to the best of my ability. Oh my God. I'm going to be ranting on about this for months, people. For months. Until I go through each and every damn box or whatever, and I'm up on top and I figure out what the hell. I'm almost guaranteed she took the flat sequins. Unless, of course, it was off to the corner. But I don't know. I don't know. And whatever was in that gaping hole, I guess we'll never know what that was because that's gone. Definitely freaking gone. And anything else up there that she thought was good to take, she took. Like, she must have took a lot of shit. No wonder why that guy said, like, this is what I mean. I don't understand how he could possibly say it's too much stuff, I can't take it. But then he fucking told her to cancel the order. Or she said, well, maybe she bribed him. Who knows? She bribed him to cancel, I'll cancel the order and I'll give you this if you take me. Because you know why? Because she didn't want to wait. She didn't want to wait for the next Uber to come by because that guy was willing to leave. And she said, hold on, I'll give you more if you stay. And he said, well, I don't know about that. You'll have to cancel. Or some, who knows? She must have bribed him with more money, being that she was walking off with $2,000, $3,000 worth of shit. So it made sense for her to offer him, who knows, $100, $50, right? And he said, well, you know, I don't know why they canceled it, because he said, did you cancel? She said yes. She confirmed that she had canceled it. But she didn't want him to leave, because if he would have left, then maybe I would have bent down and I would have lifted up the lid on the trunk. Or maybe I would have looked over there and seen a pile of shit over on by the grass. Or maybe I would have picked up a bag and realized it was something else in there versus children's play guitars. You know what I'm saying? Right? She didn't want that. She wanted to get out of here as fast as she freaking could, people. Once she came out of my room, that was it. It was all about Malachi. I gotta go. Malachi's getting home. Oh, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, now you're showing an interest in Malachi. Before that, though, she was willing to stay an extra hour, even 2 hours, if it needed to be, in order to quote-unquote help me. Well, no, because she planned on coming to steal right from the get-go. That's why. She's been stealing. I just haven't noticed it yet, in terms of prior to the bedroom. Or if she wasn't, she was planning to do it. Anyway. So now, I'm just going to tape up that box that she busted. I put those raisins back in that box, although it's a little tight, which makes me suspicious. It makes me suspicious. I'm wondering if there's another box that's gone, like the one with the 4 jars in it. Maybe. I don't know. And here I thought my room was safe. Yeah, right. What a joke that is. Why did you let her into your room, Tisha says. Well, I don't know. Maybe because you don't want to help me. And I need help. I've been crying for help for 3 years. And I get no help. All I get is criticism. And then I get ignored. Like I'm being ignored now. And called down. For calling out somebody else's criminal activity. Or bullshit activity. Anyway, I don't want to, I've been up for quite a long time and I can't burn out because there's other things I need to do now. I just wanted to get a feel for what I'm up against over the next couple of weeks. Right? And I mean, we're not done with surprises when it comes to what's missing. No, I don't think so. Like those jars in that other box, I don't know what the hell that is. Those canning jars in that box that doesn't even make sense. It makes me just really wonder. I'll be back. Okay, so Tisha did call me back, because like I said, I called 2 times this morning. She didn't answer. Anyway, she just called. Andre spoke to her briefly. He just asked her if she was going to use that, because she says she doesn't use the stroller anymore for Kyrie. It's kind of small for Amari, she says. For me, it seems to work fine, but when she took him to the appointment, he's supposed to get some sort of, it's not a tomato, it's like a tomato chair, but it's stand-up versus a wheelchair. And I think maybe a stroller too, that's more suited for Amari in terms of whatever, right? We had to forfeit on the wheelchair in order to get a stroller and maybe the bumble chair, tomato chair that's higher up, kind of like a, and it has a, I think it even has a table on it, like a wheelchair, because the wheelchair, we never used it, it just sat there. It was just a means to keep Amari there with a baby gate, so, you know, right? But then, you know, he just, oh, that little boy is a little booger, man. Andre will leave, and not even 30 seconds after Andre leaves, within 30 seconds, Amari's on the other side of the couch, hanging off the couch, pulling on, getting into Andre's stuff. Like, just like that. He waits for you to leave. Little bugger. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, she said she'd drop it off. Andre said she's really, really, really sick. I don't know why she's been getting so sick over the last year and a bit. Ever since she got her she had breast augmentation, because she used to, I think she said triple E or something. Bigger than a D. Yeah. Tisha. And she didn't like it. So she got breast augmentation. I pleaded with her not to do it, but she didn't listen to me anyway. And she wants them small like mine. And I'm like, why? There's no fun in that, right? They're only, you know, they served their purpose. They fed 5 babies. I breastfed for 7.5 years, but still, like, you know. And so she did it anyway. And ever since she's done it, like, she's sick, like, every month. Andre says she sounds really, 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 really bad. Every month she's sick. She blames it on Leah May going to school, which is hogwash. I told her, you all guys were running around. I had 5 kids, blah, 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 blah. I never was sick like that. I don't, right, you know? Oh, my God. And, you know, I love her, right? And I don't want her, I told her, you need to go get your blood tested to make sure your immune system, you don't have, what is it called, autoimmune disorder? To be as sick as often as you are? Like, you know, yeah, kids get colds and stuff, but adults normally don't, because, you know, we came into contact with that when we were kids ourselves. And but ever since she did that, I don't know, her immune system's been so low. She's always sick, and I get worried. And I'm pleading with her to go get a blood test. And maybe she's developing an autoimmune system disorder or something, right? You know, it's not normal for her to be that way, but either or. So I guess she'll drop that off now. I don't know if she's just going to drop it off and take off, or if she's going to come in and start hollering and screaming at me. God forbid. And then I have to get out, or not open the door and don't let her in, or whatever. Be all a bunch of drama queen shit, and you know, throwing around threats and making accusations, and or if she's going to want to come in and see if that dress that she wanted is going to be there. Because if that dress that she wanted is gone, then it's a whole new ball game, people. Because honestly, I don't know what dress she's talking about. But she said there's some dress behind my door that she wanted, and I told her no, she couldn't have it just yet. So she left it there. And I don't know what dress she's talking about. And the one dress that I think that I might think that she's talking about, I don't think it's there, because I wanted to keep it, maybe wear it one night. Where I'd wear it, I don't know. Or maybe I wasn't ready to let it go. Who knows? But if she finds that dress gone, well, it might be a whole new ball game. Her tune might change. Because it affects her personally. Right? If the dress is there, then she might keep up with her antics and accuse me of lying. But I got better things to do than this, people. I really do. Like, I'm so fucking tired. Sorry, boo-boo tired. I already went through this for how many years? How many years have I been doing this? And the only reason I've been putting a lot of this shit in my room since last year is because what they were doing downstairs. Yeah. If they just would have left things alone, a lot of that shit in terms of the salmon and, you know, and whatever, like the ham and, you know, I wanted to take it downstairs, but I couldn't because I didn't know what would happen to it. So I was kind of putting it in my room. And then those last few things of rice and grain and all that, I thought, okay, you know, it sat. And finally I said, okay, I'm just going to put it in my room. And then when I get downstairs and I get a chance to reorganize and take out a shelf and put in a different shelf and blah, 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 then I can go backtrack into my room and take those out and put them downstairs. But I'd have to organize downstairs first. That's what I figured because I didn't want to stress out my son by bringing down, you told me you weren't going to do this no more. I didn't want to hear it. Mom! So I just put it on my bed temporarily. And I don't care if it sits there for a year until I can figure it out downstairs. But I always planned on having some of it go down. So when my son comes in, and he realizes that my room is not even safe, and that we got robbed, because he's a hungry man, you know, right? As if mom's going to eat it all. No, he's going to want to eat it at some point, right? Then maybe when it goes down, he'll protect it better than what I can protect in my fucking room, because obviously I couldn't protect jack shit in my room. Here I thought it was safe. Oh yeah, sure. Joke's on me. Joke is on me. But I'm handling it pretty good because I did another order of freaking chocolate. And this time I even broke down and bought 5 packs of white chocolate just for flair. You know, to be creative and flamboyant and be eccentric. For flair and eccentricity. To be an eccentric. Andre might want to grow up to be an eccentric with chocolate and might end up making some kind of a chocolate something that will make him famous in life. You never know. You never know. Maybe he'll end up making his own brand of chocolate bars. Like, anything's possible. But not when you got people coming into your house stealing your crap. Yeah. So I just cut to the chase. And now I'm eyeballing chocolate chips. And I'm like, no, Judy. Just back off on the chocolate chips. I'm so close to ordering chocolate chips. And I'm like, no, you don't want to buy no jars right now. Right? You know, focus on your landlady. Work on paying off that. That's an extra $300 a month. You know, just because you're using your credit card doesn't mean that you're not paying interest on it. And, you know, you're already swamped. And you don't, you know, you got the baker's chocolate, which reminds me, the last time I bought baker's chocolate, they were wrapped up in, it wasn't a wax paper, but it was like that kind of a paper, right? You know what I mean? It wasn't parchment paper and it wasn't wax paper, but it was something similar to a wax paper, where these ones are wrapped up in tin foil, and I don't like that. Not for long-term food storage. Hell no, especially if the shit melts. Could you imagine? And I don't want it leaching any kind of metal into the freaking chocolate long term. So I'm like, okay, well, how do we store this? And I'm like, oh God. I mean, now I do have 4 jars, like 1-size gallon jars. I do, because I bought it for the amaranth and just to finish up whatever I'm doing. And I suppose I could use one of those or 2 of those, but you know, and I have 1.8 size liter size jars that I haven't used yet because I'm in the process. I was at the tail end of doing whatever the hell I was doing, and now I'm looking at buying more fucking jars, and I'm behind on I'm behind on shit as I'm spending money to compensate for what's been taken from me as I open up more shit to find gaping holes. Okay? So I'm thinking, okay, well, you're not gonna, I'm gonna end it and then I'm gonna finish my coffee and get back in my room. I'm not storing that chocolate like I did with the last one. No. I refuse to store it with tinfoil on it. So I'm going to take it out of its tinfoil, and I guess make sure my hands are nice and clean, break them up into pieces, and I can either fill up a 1 size 8-gallon jar. I don't know how long that would take. I don't know how many boxes of chocolate you would need for that. This is baker's chocolate, okay? Different kinds, right? To fill up a jar full. I don't know. Or I can get some sort of a wax paper. Maybe I have it around the house here. But it would be too cumbersome to wrap each one up. Unless, of course, I pulled out a sheet, put one down, fold it over, put one on top, fold it over, put another one on, right? And just kind of like layer it in between that paper. And then put it in a plastic bag, then put it away. Or if it's better to just break it up and put it in a jar, seal it. That's going to take a whole freaking day. That's what I mean. I don't got time for that no more. I did it. Now, if I find the chocolate in my room, I'll let you know. And that's more the merrier for Andre to experiment with. No sweat off my back. Outside of, if it's not there, well, that was a big loss. Financially. Not to mention the time that it took for me to put it away properly. But I'm a charitable person. I won't forgive her, but I'll chalk it up for charity. Yeah. What else can I do? Okay. So I guess this should be a warning for others in terms of how people are becoming. In terms of, I had to wash my hands and I don't want to lose this Band-Aid. But besides that point, like, you know, I'm 63, right? And like, I mean, people have been stealing since the beginning of time, right? That's, I mean, it's in the Bible, don't steal, right? But the way they're behaving these days, in terms of the ruthlessness and how they justify it, and oh yeah, there's shit down here missing too. Because gaping hole, right? Anytime you come into a great gaping hole is a telltale sign. But besides that point, who gives a shit? So anyway, you know, in terms of the sign of the times, because you know, I mean, like, yeah, people steal, but the way they're doing it these days, and how they justify it, and they're so open about it and blatant about it. Now, mind you, she was sneaking around, right? But to the degree that she took it to, I know what this box was for. This one here, maybe there's something in it now. Yeah, I put the rice in there. That big ass box with miscellaneous canning goods, and she had 3 of these things in there. Just by the very box itself tells me she was gonna walk off with the whole fucking, I'm sorry, boo-boo box. I know. This one. Don't ask me where she got it from. Because, you know, when I'm doing this stuff, sometimes I have miscellaneous boxing in here because depending on what I'm doing, you know. And you have to remember, some of this stuff on here, especially with the wheats and stuff, right? Or the rice, they're just temporary because I couldn't go downstairs and take it downstairs because I haven't worked down there since October. But after I'm done down there doing whatever, then some of these things can go downstairs, right? That's what I always planned to do. I just needed to get them out of my freaking door, you know, but in the kitchen where I had them because they sat there for almost a year. It's like stupid, like that's what I mean, like stupid, right? Okay, this box here, if you notice, look how easy, and look how deep. She picked what she wanted. She had apple mango from 2023. Yeah. Which it should be with apple mango of 2023. Now maybe she walked off with a whole box of versus using this box. Maybe she used a canning box because I would have had a whole case of apple mango. This is turkey broth from 2023. It was turkey broth, apple mango, beef, all from 2023. So this is from different yeah, beef, salt, September of 2023. So she's stealing this stuff too. Like what the hell? Right? Because it was just a Mod Podge with 3 of those things in there. Which tells me she was either going to walk off with the whole bloody case or whatever. So as I go through all my boxes, like as I go through shit, I need to look at my cases here and see if I can match up these with wherever she was poking her freaking nose through. Like it's pathetic. Right? And what I've done so far is I'm changing shit up here a little bit. Right? Rearranging the weight. Right? The stuff further to the back. You know, those things. Like I said, some of that's, well, that will be eating as we go. Right? And then, you know, oh, that is condensed milk. Once I get my life back, I can, what do you call it? I want to make rice pudding and bread pudding and that kind of stuff. Right? So I have it there. So as I run out over there, I just grab it from there. Right? And I might even have some in the box somewhere. I do, but I don't know. All I know is this girl was doing whatever the hell she wanted. Like, this is pathetic. Like, so fucking pathetic. So, as I'm going through everything, because I pulled out, I had big jars there, but I moved them. And I put my chili with my bone broth there. I had it further to the back, but I decided to put what she had in that box back there because they're smaller jars, right? And I put those there, so I don't know where I'm going to put these bigger jars, but anyway. Like, this is nerve-wracking. Andre says, "You still working in there, Nana?" I said, "I'm going to be in here for a week, longer than a week. I will be in here for a freaking while. Because I have, you know, it's like..." I said, "It's not my fault." He says, "I know, Nana." As if I want to be doing this. I don't. But as I'm doing it, you know, I'm washing the floor, whatever, checking the jars. You know, I'm just because of all this moving around, I would suspect some of these jars are going to end up popping, right? Now, I've got a box down here with some canned goods in it. I had beans, but I put them up there. So what I'm going to do, because, you know, PC Points, they had, if you buy canned vegetables, right, you get PC Points. So I picked up on peas, so that, you know, when we start getting, like, when I start getting more into cooking, see, here's some more condensed milk, especially with Andre downstairs cooking, right, you know, he can make fried rice with a can of peas and whatever else he puts in there in terms of vegetables. So I just bought peas, 20 cans. Yep. For that purpose, right? Or maybe, you know, sometimes you make a like little beef soup or something, you know, and sometimes just canned peas is nice, right? You know, and they don't go bad. I don't like to buy canned beans, because canned beans, believe it or not, are like canned tomatoes. After a long period of time, it eats through the can. If you can your own beans, which I have a jar from, I think, 2015 on my counter. Andre wants to eat it, but I told him, you know, we have to cook it up first properly. They'll sit forever in a jar. But if you buy canned beans in a can, they will eat through the can like a tomato. So these I'm putting underneath here. So I bought them with intent, right? 20 cans, right? Because I want fried rice with peas, whether they're dehydrated peas and reconstituted, or whether they're canned peas, or whether they're frozen peas. You know, you have a choice of peas, right? So I'm going to put these down on the bottom. I used to have home canned goods down there, but I'm trying to bring them up where they're more available, because if I put them underneath the bed, which I already have some down there, you know, I can't get in there, right? You know, I asked my son to help build a shelf downstairs, but that never happened. But maybe when I get down there and start moving things around, you know, maybe he'll do that, and then, you know, we'll see. You can't have everything you want, right? And sometimes you just have to make do. So anyway, I pulled out the home canned goods from down there, and I'm putting something like this as backup, because I have some up there, I have a few in the drawer, you know, like not in the drawer, but over there in the hall, in the closet there. And then when they run out, I just have to get them from underneath the bed, right? And I'll make a list, and there's a box here. I'll put on the bottom, like, you know, canned peas. So when I run out, I'll know where they are. And if I have no money or whatever it is, there we go. So that's out of 20 cans, 2 were dented. I'm gonna phone up PC Express. I'm gonna tell them I want to talk about a cheapskate here. I want to be reimbursed for 2 cans that are denting at the seams. So out of 20 cans, I got 17 cans underneath there. So that's good. As backup, right? If I can get Andre downstairs cooking a couple times a week, that's even better. Once I clear out my kitchen a bit, you know, hopefully I'll still be able to see, bring out the crock pots, whatever, cook up a storm so that by the time I go blind, Andre will know how to cook, and I won't have to worry about it. Okay, so now that we've done that, then I take, well, I try and keep tomato all by itself. These things now are $2 each. Holy crumb. Even a little more than that. Holy crumb. You just can't win for losing. Okay, so I'm feeling something. Oh, a wet rag. So that would make that like that. Got to be careful what you're doing here, right? Okay, so now I'm just going to put these, what I have, on top of those, assuming that they sit nice, and they don't. So I want something that sits nice. These would sit nice. I bought it for the protein and for the calories in the event of. But you can make a meal with it. There should be more, but I don't know where they are. So, right? I'm just putting them on top of the peas. Right? Those don't fit. I have to find them. There should be more. Here's one. You can make meals with that. Yeah, here's another one. For all I know, she could have stole some of those. Not that she'd want that. I bought it for the protein and for the calories and for the nutrients of it. Okay? In the event of. That's why they were cracking jokes that if shit ever hit the fan, earthquake happened, things shut down, and they were going to come to my house so that they could feed the kids, I'd be like, well, here, go give them some liver. Right? Liver in a can? Well, you know, beggars can't be choosy, and considering that I was thinking about the nutrients, you know, I wouldn't balk at it, right? I'd be grateful that somebody gave me something. No, I'm going to try and cook with it one day. One day. Okay. So, I really need to keep the tomatoes by themselves somewhere else. Now, when it comes to old peanut butter, here's another one of those things. So one day maybe we'll do a video on this and we'll try and make something for fun. I'll look up a recipe. Okay, so when you got old peanut butter, you know, you can either use it for raccoons and make sandwiches and feed the raccoons and the skunks and whatever outside. Or you can mix it up with bird food, right? And then make, you know, something where you can put it like in a little cage where the birds can come and they can eat it. Or, this one here's got a whole bunch of oil in it. You can stir it around and then you can taste it. I mean, if it's completely rancid, then obviously, or you can just chuck it out, right? So feed it to the birds, feed it to the animals, the wild animals, or you can throw it out. Or if you think you can salvage it in this situation, Andre says, Nana, I opened up the peanut butter. Because I bought, you know, some peanut butter, right? Comfort food, because we're all freaked out here, right? I said, I know, Andre, I knew you were going to do that. Right? So now that we got a new jar of peanut butter, brand new, from the store, opened up, I'm going to bring this out. This is old. I don't know how old, but it's old. But it's never been opened. So I am going to stir it up. I'm going to turn it upside down like this for a while. I don't have time. And then we're going to see if we can taste it, stir it up. I'll take a tablespoon of this, a tablespoon of the fresh peanut butter. I'll mix it up. And if it tastes fine, it looks, you know, whatever, then I'll make peanut butter cookies with it. If it's no good, then Andre can do something with it and make something for the animals. I'll go buy a cheap loaf of bread and make peanut butter sandwiches for the raccoons. Or he can go buy some, here's another one of these things. Or he can go buy some, what do you call it? Bird seed. And he can make some bird food and hang up some bird food outside for the birds before I throw it out, right? Okay, so that's not quite full, but it's going to take a long time to, this is going to take a long time to do. I was so close to being done. Well, not completely done, but enough that I could get on with other things. Now I have to backtrack. Okay. Now I'm debating whether I should put those underneath, or I have some over there. But you see, the thing I like about the floor though is the closer to the floor, the cooler it stays. Metal on metal close to the floor keeps this colder, which slows down any erosion. But I find tomato paste takes, you can have one of these sitting around for eons. They're actually pretty good at not leaching out. But there's not that much room there, so I'm going to not do that. And then after that's done, I'm going to put something else. Well, I guess I got corn here. I got a few cans of corn. Maybe I'll put these corn here. Put that there. Those are those livers. Right. I take care with this, people. I don't do this shit willy-nilly. I don't. No, I don't. You know. It was better when I could see better, but I can still manage to one degree or another. And she even took cans from up there, too. Okay, so that filled up that whole case down there. And there's enough there for 2 more cans or something. So, here's one. So I'll put that there. Yep. That's one. And one more. And then I will cover it up with a blanket, like a tea towel or something, to keep the dust off it. And because it's on the floor, it's nice and cool. It preserves the food even a little better than, you know. So I just need one more can just so that when I cover it up, I don't have to worry about it. Here we go. Right. There. So I'm happy with that. And then at some point in the future, when everything's more organized and maybe some things are downstairs and, you know, and then I can get underneath, pull that all out and then get further to the back, which is on, I have more fabric. And then I've got my DJ equipment and all that. Well, not my equipment, but I've got, you know, DJ stuff. DJ stuff. Some flags, my little twirly red things, mics, needles for the turntables, a lot of cords when you're plugging in everything, if you're running a system, right? Where's that rag? Now you see, I had that rag. Here it is. Now I'm going to wipe it down. So it gives me an opportunity to come in here and wipe up the crumbs, like the dust, right? Because dust gets into everything. You don't even know. It's disgusting, right? And I gotta find something to cover it up to keep the dust from falling on top of the cans. As long as you keep the cans covered up, then they don't rust, right? And so anything will do. So we'll grab this one, maybe. See if that's big enough, okay? We'll keep it on the outside, the white, not with the color. So if a rat gets in this room and it starts crawling around, we'll be able to see the stains if it's urinating or pooping, right? You know, now that we've got maybe that problem. I don't know. I'm showing you how to do this, okay? In terms of storing stuff like this. Yeah. Trust me. North wall is the best, closer to the floor. Is the best. And also too, if you cover it up, it keeps the spiders off them. You're still gonna get spiders, but they won't be catching their prey on the can, eating their prey, then leaving their crap behind where, you know, like a canning lid. After a while, it starts to eat the metal. All right. So there. Okay. Make sure it's... And now I need to write. Well, it's on my mind. I'm going to go get some paper. And I'm going to write what's in there so I don't forget. I won't forget, but I might forget. And I'm just going to put it right here. I'm going to tape it on. On the floor, I'll put floor. Peas, liver paste, right? That's what's there. And cream corn. There was a couple of cans of cream corn. And that's good enough for now. And then we've got canned goods there with, seems like more canned goods. But I think, no, this is something else. What is this? I mean, there's no way this girl could have get down this far into the shit, right? I'm sure she wanted to, though. What did we find? What is this? Alfredo sauce. I don't even like Alfredo sauce. Andre likes it, though. And then I've got canned goods of my own on top, which, let's see what they are. Like, you don't even know I'm so looking forward to start eating this stuff. I just want to live a fucking normal life. That's why I don't want to do garden shit. And not like I have time. Okay, what's in here? Turkey bone bits. Well, for cats. This one technically needs to be downstairs. That's for the cats in case of an emergency. We'll just leave it there for now. It's not bothering anybody. We'll keep that in mind. That's another day. That's not what we're doing right now. Okay. And then I put my chili there in my bone broth. So we got rid of that problem. And like, I'm going to show you, right? Like, when I talk about, before this, ugh. thing called a human being came in here and did what she did. Yeah, I think she wanted to run off with that shit. There you go. Ain't that interesting, you see? And that's home canned goods, which means one of them might have popped. Isn't that just freaking lovely? Oh, joy. Hold on. Okay, well, I must say, I do a pretty damn good job. This was somewhat over here. Right? She made a mess in my room, and it fell. And it went all over there. Andre just came and picked them up for me, and none of them popped. And that was a big fall. I'm surprised. So what is it? Great Melody from 2024 of October. Sorry. Right? Great Melody 2024. Okay? This is grapes from my yard, but the grapevine has basically been decimated when they cut down the Norway maple. Apple plum, November of 2024. Great Melody of 2024. Do you see what's going on here? Okay? Like, this does not belong here. Okay? She was stealing this stuff. Okay? To feed her freaking kid. That's what she was doing. Yeah, for sure. For sure, because the Great Melody should be a full case. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Or maybe I used some. Anyway, you can see. Apple plum, November 2024. Could you imagine if this one opened up when it fell? It said pork broth chunks. Oh my God. That'd be all over my floor. And then beef broth. Oh my God. I don't want this to fall again. I don't think it could handle it twice. Right, see? That girl caused me so much trouble. Making my boxes fall on the floor. All kinds of crazy crap. So, when I say my room was surreal, okay? Now, I suppose, yeah, no. Do you see? Those were up there, but I moved them here, right? Okay? Because I checked this box, and I checked that box, okay? Right? Remember I told you? 4 to a box. From what I could tell, everything was in there. But then, who knows for sure? One said it's sushi rice. So, there's nothing here to say sushi. Or, no, a sweet rice. There's nothing here on the box that says sweet rice. What did I write on here? What did I write? Durum wheat. Just durum wheat? No, there's other things in there besides durum wheat. Oh, here we go. Parboil rice was in there. The durum wheat was in there. Sushi rice was in there. It said ×2, but instead it was a sweet rice. But sweet rice, you could actually... One said sushi rice, which is like sushi from sushi, where the other one said sweet rice, which you could consider to be sweet rice, although, you know, maybe she took out one sushi rice and put a sweet rice in because she was rifling through my shit. Okay? So this one here needs to be covered up like that one. And then I got a little spot there that I'd put something very, very light on it. The corned beef, I don't know. That box is deteriorating for whatever reason. For all I know, she stuck her hand because she's, you know, she's sticking her hands in shit. Right? Look. For all I know, she could have stuck her freaking hand in there and tried to pull out crap. Both sides. So when she said, oh, you got a lot of corned beef, I wouldn't be surprised. It was her, you know, I think it was her, people. She was hoping to get it. Let me change the light on this so it's not so bright. I think she was trying to get it. Look. And she's trying to pull it out. But she couldn't. Look at this. And then she tried it on this side. Look. Wasn't like that when I put it in there. That's why when she came out, oh, you got a lot of corned beef. Well, how would you know that? That box is way the back. It was buried. She wouldn't have seen it unless she moved shit. And I think that was her that did that. Yeah, because it wasn't like that before. So I wouldn't put a box like that in there. That's a candidate. That's a box to change. But I don't have time for that. That's after everything's done and I want to pull stuff out and take it downstairs. Then I'll repack it. But I'll keep an eye on it because the box is compromised now. Where am I? The box is compromised now. But I think she did. I think she stuck her hand in there, was hoping to grab a few boxes or a few cans of corned beef. And that's why when she came out and she started drilling me on about freaking crab meat, and I had, all this corned beef. And, well, how would you know? How would you know? It's because she was looking there and she was trying to get into it. As she was loading up this box with home canned goods to feed her kids. Only she ran out of time because she got busy with the fabric. She couldn't resist the fabric. That's what happened. She couldn't resist it. Okay, so that was what I did underneath my bed here, is what I wanted done. I'm happy with that. Just make sure that the okay. And then there's a lot of crumbs on this. Don't ask me where freaking crumbs come from. I have no clue. Nope. All right. And then this one, I push. And I need to go get some paper and a nice felt pen to write basically what these are. And that one needs to be covered up. These ones are, because Andre and I, this is what we're going to be cooking a lot with. Yep. I don't have dehydrated meat. I have canned meat and I have frozen meat. I have like home canned meat and I got canned meat in a can from a manufacturer's, and I've got frozen meat, and that's what we're going to be eating for a year. And once in a blue moon, I'll buy fresh meat. Once in a blue moon. But that's only once in a blue moon. And then we need another... something to cover it up. And also too, after I'm all said and done, we'll see how many boxes are left. But I gotta go get something to cover this, to write down what's here. And then I cover up my jars. I try not to stack and pack them, because it's not good for them, right? Because you can buckle, and if you do, you put something between them, and you put the lighter ones on top of, the other ones, right? If that's what you're going to do. And sometimes you have to, but do you see how I feel around? Right. Oh, what a long-ass video. And I didn't accomplish very much. And this is hard on my back. Right? It's exhausting because, I'm expending a lot of energy doing this as I struggle with my eyesight. But I guess she figured I was stupid. Yeah. Not quite. You don't do the things that I do to be stupid about it. Try not to use, if you're going to stack and pack your jars, try not to use a cardboard that has, see, I already lost flashlight. Where is it? I can't see. I don't see it. Oh, frick, I lost it. I so lost it already. Why is this here? That came from over there. Fell down. Here it is. Try not to use cardboard that's, you know, between jars, because, you know, you want a straight flat surface if you're going to put jars on top of jars. Put something between the jars first. Okay, so I'm going to go get some paper and some scissors and pen, and before I can go to the next corner, I need to write down basically what's here. And then, oh yes, after I'm done that, then you can do this also if you'd like. If you do this kind of stuff, which I highly recommend that you do it. I like boxes of cereal. Can go. I like to take this stuff out of the box and then rebag it, because sometimes this shit comes in with moths, and then before you know it, I got moths in my room. But for now, I bought this for breading things. Not to eat, but to bread vegetables or meat or whatever. So in a situation like this, I just take this, and because it's so light, right, you can go like that for extra storage. But I already forgot what's in here. So and I forgot what's in there because I'm too stressed out. So I'm going to go get some paper. And do you see how it starts to become nice and surreal after you get caught up with what you're doing? And if you know what it's in there, you know, and everything just minding its own business, not bothering anybody. And when you want it and you need it, you have it. It's a really nice feeling. Yep. What is on that? Okay, so let me go get some paper. Okay, this is getting funkier and funkier. I'm serious. This girl is worse than a fucking tweaker. I'm telling you. Okay? Alright. So, do you see? I put my little box of cornflakes up there because it's light. But I don't like them in a box because it attracts moths. Because this stuff they bring in moths. I'm under pressure. I gotta leave it like that. Otherwise, I'd take it out of the box and I'd put it in a plastic bag. And I might even throw it in a freaking oxygen absorber. But besides that point, now I'm going through these boxes. I'm writing down apple, mango, turkey, broth. This is all from 2023, people. I'm telling you, she mixed up my shit. And then we've got beef, and then we've got 1 can of pork. Okay. And then the next box, and I wrote it down, and I see what I did here. So home canned, because Andre and I, we really like it. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's been, you know, I'm working. I don't always have time, but we're going to start using this stuff, man. And from 2023, box in the back, right? It's got the apple mango, a bunch of turkey broth. Well, no, just a couple, I think. A whole bunch of beef with 1 pork. I wouldn't pack the box like that. But besides that point, I'm going to show you in a minute what the hell she did. And then box in the middle has chili, beef steak in 2024, which Andre really likes. That was hard to can. I had actually quite a few jars pop with that. But the ones that are there's 6 still, and they're still sealed, and that is so good. Okay, and then we've got chicken bone broth for Amari, or soups, or whatever, from 2024. And then the one in front, because I'm just dealing with what's in the box, but I wouldn't do this, but besides that point, this was done in 2024. There's beef in there, chicken, and black cod. But I only have 3 black cod. So I'm missing black cod, I think. Okay? Right? Do you see how it's all modge-podged? Well, you want to know why? This box, which was full, but not anymore, and it's been rifled through, it's the lighting, eh? Okay? It was right there. What's in the back? I can't see. It's starting to get dark. Or maybe it's a different pair of glasses. Okay. Oh, man, I can't see with these glasses. I think I maybe picked the wrong glasses. Or it's starting to get dark. Shoot, people. Okay. All right. I'm starting from the back. I'm going to do the same thing that I did here. Okay? Now, this should be most of everything all of one thing. But it's not. And I don't know what's back there. Okay, so... Oh, my God. I think I grabbed the wrong glasses. You know how it goes. All right, so let's just... Yeah. Okay, so ground turkey. June of 2024. Okay, and this isn't even a full box. There's a jar missing over here, you can see. And there's a jar missing over here. So 2 jars are missing from here, when in fact I put a whole freaking case up there because, I got a lot of canning goods. So let's just go through it. Okay, so we got ground turkey. What the hell? Don't we have ground turkey over here? Didn't I just say ground turkey? Where's the ground turkey? Where is it? I just read it. Didn't I? I don't even know. Apple, okay, chili. I don't know what I'm doing here. She got me so freaking confused, man. She confused everything. She mixed everything up. Oh yeah, on the box it says chicken and turkey. That's all it says right there. You can see, right? Do you see how? And then I put ground because I grabbed 1 jar, but I thought, no, I'm going to pull out the whole freaking box. Okay, so I pulled out the whole box, but this is what's in there. Okay, let's just do it this way. Ground turkey from 2024. What is that? Looks like beef. Okay. Beef from 2024. There's a jar missing. What's that? Beef from 2024. Okay. Oh my God. Beef from 2024. Ground turkey. Ground turkey. Ground turkey. Beef. Ground turkey. Chicken with bone. And a jar missing. Okay, and they're all different sized jars. What does it say on the box? It says chicken and turkey. So when I put that box in there, or maybe it came from somewhere else, and she took out what was there, ran off with what was inside of there, and rifled through whatever and did that, and then put it freaking there. Because nothing's matching up in there. Absolutely nothing. And for my sister friends, my YouTube girlfriends, when they watch my videos, they know that when I put my cases of food away, after I'm done canning, it's a full freaking case. After case, after case. In other words, you've got 12 beef, in 12 jars of beef in one box. And I might end up having 2 cases of beef. Or it will be a full case of chicken. Or it will be a full case of pork. Because when I can, I do anywhere from 12 to 24 jars. Unless, of course, it's just a little bit, which isn't very often. And, I haven't come across 1 full case of meat yet. Now, over there, I might find, because it would have been harder for her to get over there. But then, I don't know, this girl's Spider-Woman, superhuman. Or she well, we know she had help with the devil. The devil clearly was helping her. There's no question about that. But again, I'm wondering if somebody else was in here helping her carrying this shit out as she was rifling through it, and they were just both creeping through my house. Because it's amazing that she even did this all on her own in such a short period of time. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. So I don't know what to do, because there wasn't that much turkey in there. Okay? Beef of 2024. Chicken, not that much. Black cod. The middle one is beef. Steak chili. That's liter-sized jars. Like, this is stupid. This is stupid. So now what I need to do is match up the day. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. But I don't got time for this in terms of, you don't even know. Okay, if you look here, it says April 16th. That says beef, right? April 16th of 2024. April 16th, 2024. 16th. This was June 7th of 2024. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. June 7th of 2024. What's over here? Chicken. June 7th of 2024. And the beef here, well, it says 2023. Okay. So, what I need to do is not put that in there. I need to not put that in there. I need to find a case that is completely full. But she rifled through case from case. Like, I don't know what the hell she's doing here. And yeah, here again, I can see it. I can already see it. I haven't even fucking gotten into this box. Like, how the hell did she find the time to do this stupid shit? She got up in here, and there's, look, I can tell you, I can show you right now. Do you see this? What is this? Where am I? Here I am. What is this? Oh, didn't she try and steal some of that with that other box that she loaded up over there? Like, was this chick just going like fucking nutso in here? Like, because the way things are, it seems that way. It's amazing she didn't have a nervous breakdown. But she was so cool and collective. And she got cocky. Well, you have a lot of corned beef, and, you know, crab's expensive. And how would you know I have a lot of corned beef? Well, I seen it there in the hall. 2 cans. Yeah, fucking right, 2 cans. All right, just for the sake of it, let's pull out this, which is, this is a big box. She got into my big jars. She got into my big fucking, she got into my 1.5, 1.8 liter size jars here, people. Like, this is like, she needs to go to jail. She literally needs to go to fucking jail. Okay? She needs to go to fucking jail. I won't be able to charge her with this because I can't fucking prove that she did it. I gotta be careful here. Okay? Tisha says, oh, you better not have stole from my mom, because my mom knows what she has. I just wish Tisha would believe me that that girl did this. Okay. I gotta be careful here. Oh my God, here we go. Fucking those jars are gonna fall down again. This is the only way I can do this, people. There's no other way. Oh my God. This is a freaking nightmare, man. But I got sorting out skills, so I'm not worried about it. It's just a matter of time. Okay. Now, okay. Here we go again. Here we go again. I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm documenting this shit. Fucking right. If there's a way I can get this girl charged, I'm going to try and charge her. Yep. She's dangerous to society. She's a fucking menace. Only a menace does this crit. Look, do you see this? Do you see this? Why is it like that? How many jars missing? 1, 2. And if your disability, if you want to call this a fucking disability, if this is why the government gives you money to sit your ass at home, fly around the fucking world, right? You know what I'm saying? Then, I don't know. Canada's got their priorities mixed up. Seriously, man. All right, what is this? What jars are these? Because clearly there's 2 missing. 1. There's 1 missing. What is this? Ham hocks. Ham hocks. This does not belong here. I didn't put this here. I remember making it. Beef. Extra fat. Swiss cheese. How did she find the time to do this, people? This is, oh my God, this is making me sick. Swiss chard. This should be in its own case. The ham hock should be in its own case. Okay? The beef should be in its own case. Beef with fat. What else we got here? Beef with extra fat. This is a fucking sickness. Ham hocks. She wiped me out with my ham hocks. How much did she put in that Uber? Was it even an Uber that came to my door? Seriously, was it even an Uber that came to my freaking door? I'd like to know. Ham hock. And you know, honestly, all I have to do, do you see the date on this? April 23rd on the 14th of April 4, I guess the 14th of 2023. Okay? Yeah. All I have to do is go into my videos, back to that date. Yeah. That's all I have to do, people. And I always showed you to encourage you to do home canning, right? Because this stuff lasts a long time. And clearly she rifled through that. Okay? She rifled through that. So we're going to put that there. Okay? She mixed up shit. She took what she wanted. Unless it's somewhere else. Okay? And there's the phone. Do you see this box? Do you see this box? This box has 1.8 size liters in it. But for whatever reason, we've got this shit in here. And for my girlfriends that watch my videos, we know I don't do this crap. And again, it looks like it's all fucking mixed up. Where's the flashlight? Right here. Let's read it. It's a long-ass video. I don't care. Alright. This is all home canned goods. Like, how the hell did she do this by herself, people? Okay? Pasta. April of 2023. Pasta. What's this? Let me turn these around so I can read these. Can I read this? It says beef. Like, this is fucked up. This is so fucked up. Turkey. Like, this is so fucked up. This is so fucked up. This is so fucked up. Pasta. Rotella. Pork. Maybe I can change the light on that. Maybe a bit too bright. I don't know. Oh my lord. It's not any better. And you know that YouTube's gonna fucking blur everything. Make it dark. See? Beef. April 20th, 2014. Turkey. April 27th, was that 2022 or 23? 23. So we've got I don't know what, then when that one was done. 2023. April 20th of 2023, Rotella. April of 2023. There's more Rotella pasta sauce. Okay, so that does not belong there, people. What should be in this box should be, I gotta breathe. Okay? Like, this is like, I don't know what this is. Yeah. To do what? Okay, well you can't, I need you.
I know. That's gonna go under fast.
Okay, people, you can see what I'm dealing with here. This is fucked up. So what I need to do now is start writing down these dates and look for how many hams. And I can tell you, it was a full case. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. This is a sickness. This is making me sick, people. She walked off with my big mason, my big 64-ounce jars. Here's another empty box with nothing in it. This is for big jars. 6 of them. Just with those 2 jars, you're looking at 12 mason. Oh, I'm shaking. I'm fucking shaking. This is empty. There's nothing in it. This is an old box. Like you can't even buy boxes like this. Wherever this was, has been here for a long time. Like, how did she do this, people? How? This is what I want to know. How did she do this all on her own in a short period of time? It's fucking impossible. And to get it out yet? To get it out yet? Did she get up really deep over there? Oh my God. She needs to go to fucking jail. If you're watching this, Rhea, you need to go to fucking jail. You seriously need to go to fucking jail. Oh yeah. You're one crazy ass. You know what? Okay, this is bad. This is real bad. That box, I have an idea where it was. I was hoping she didn't get in there, but I think she did. What was in that box? It could very well be wild rice. Wild black rice. Do you know how expensive that shit is? In 1.8 liter jars times 6? Huh? I phoned Tisha. I just got off the phone with her screaming at me that she ain't gonna let me see the grandkids, Alea May and Kyrie, anymore because I did one video talking about Rhea's kids as a mother to her kids who have clearly disabilities, while Rhea is running around stealing thousands of dollars worth of food, clothes, and fabric from somebody that she professed to want to help and cared about and used to babysit her kids. And I don't have a right to talk about her dropping off her kids with a 6-year-old pissing his fucking pants, even though I'm saying, listen, do you need to go to the bathroom? Because the last time you were here, you peed the couch. And I asked him 4 times, people. 4 times he said no. And then what did he do? He peed himself on my carpet. Oh, yeah. Because the carpet was fucking wet. The shit that he was sitting on, and I said, Malachi, did you pee? No. I touched his pants, and sure enough, they were wet. I don't have a right to talk about that. As if anyone knows who this kid is. Tisha is using that one video where I called Rhea out and being a lousy freaking parent because she's too busy going around stealing from people acting like a freaking tweaker, right? Doing her mad dash, smash and grab. I don't know, people. I'm walking you through it. I wasn't mad until I came across that box with that last little bit of shit that you just seen before I'm doing this now. And all I can think about is, there goes my black wild rice. That's another $300, $400 fucking gone. Considering where I think it might have came from. But I haven't gotten into that corner yet. How was it possible for this girl to do all this by herself? And carry it outside by herself as she rifled not only on the floor, but she rifled on the table, then she went under the freaking bed, she rifled in there, and she rifled on top of the bed with the fabrics, and she rifled through my clothes, and if she kept on going towards my computer desk, where I'm thinking she got the 1.8 size liter jars with the black wild rice, which is extremely expensive. And if that's fucking gone, and Tisha, and I'm saying, Tisha, I said, you do realize, you hear what I'm telling you, she took $2,000 to $3,000 worth of stuff. All in a space of 20 minutes. No more than a half an hour, only because I'm so freaking tired. If I wasn't so tired, I wouldn't have had the bitch come to my house and fucking help me. But I got a lousy fucking daughter who doesn't want to fucking help me and except take Amari to appointments, and then when she drops off her kids, they stay here for hours and hours and hours or whatever, okay? They leave a mess behind. She never helps me to clean up the mess. Nothing. Picks them up and disappears. I've been pleading with her for years to help me sell shit. She's always coming back with stupid excuses. I said, what is your alliance with Rhea? Like, are you in love with her? Are you having an affair with her? Like, what the fuck is, what is so special about Rhea? Oh, well, it's the fact that you're talking about somebody else's kids. That's just a no-go zone. I said, no, that is the excuse to not stand up to the bitch and ask her why she stole $2,000 to $3,000 worth of your mother's stuff in a very short period of time. As she was supposedly supposed to help me. But no, Tisha doesn't want to do that. She just wants to say, you're not going to see Alea May anymore. You're not going to see Kyrie anymore. I'm not talking to you anymore. Yeah, but she won't fucking deal with Rhea. Why? Why? Because of kids that have emotional problems? Well, we can't be surprised. What I'm showing you with my videos, how she mixed up all the fucking jars, went from spot to spot to spot, took as much as she could possibly fucking take, stood standing guard over the crap as she was smiling in my face, acting like she was gonna come back and help me again? Oh my God, people! I can't get to the black wild rice, the wild black rice right now. Because that's in a different spot. But you know what? That shit's gone. I bet you any fucking money it's gone. And if it's not that, I'll figure it out. Okay? I go into my videos, or I'll watch every fucking video, and trust me, I will figure out what is fucking gone from that room. Okay? And I'm telling you, it's between $2,000 to $3,000 in a very short period of time. And Tisha wants to kiss ass to a fucking thief that's two-faced and a user and an abuser. Yeah. Yeah. And then throw Andre in my face. Well, you don't have no right to talk about other kids. Andre can't read. Yeah, okay. That's why he can do all that stupid shit on the computer and get on my freaking nerves. He can do things on the computer better than I can, for crying out loud. For a kid who can't fucking read. So shut the fuck up, Tisha, if you're watching my videos. Where have you been? Sure in hell not helping us except for Amari. So just so you can say that you've done it. Not because you wanted to do it or because you love us. Because if you loved us, I wouldn't have had to ask Rhea to come and fucking help me. And now you want to protect her. You want to protect her. People, she wants to protect a fucking smash and grab thief. So it's just as well that she doesn't talk to me anymore. Who needs that in your life? I'm trying to teach Andre not to steal. Not to vandalize other people's property. Not rummage through it like it's a fucking garage sale for free. Okay, I gotta take this camera. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put this on the freaking computer, and I'm going to empty out the SD card because this is filling up fucking fast. Every time I go and open up a box, we get a brand new surprise. It's better than a Kinder surprise, isn't it? I'm surprised my son isn't. Shut up, Mom! I can hear you hollering upstairs.
He's laughing right now.
Yeah.
What's on squads?
Well, hopefully he's not laughing at me. Losing $2,000-$3,000 worth of fucking food, fabric, and clothes isn't a fucking joke. And most of that seems to be coming from food. Yeah.
Yeah, they got Mike.